undercover on the beat, so talking rage. For 27 years, I dreamt of you.
You need to be!
I missed you.
You lied, and I died. You lied, and I died. You lied, and I died.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to Thompson High School football action. This is Dennis Sanders in Augusta, Georgia. Cross Creek to their opponents tonight, a region big game for tonight.
Yo, Green is sub, boy. Green, what going on tonight, man? Hey, what going on tonight, man? We done came down here to Cross Creek, man. It's up. Yeah, we finna take the show from them. Hey, bro, who gonna book Thompson for their homecoming, man? Crazy, man. Must be a crazy, man. They one of the top athletes in the country right here, man. Sit 2, what you here, Green? 2 on the what? 215, sit 2, sit 3. Man-child. Welcome to the T.
Thompson versus the Razorbacks of Cross Creek. Cross Creek is a relatively new school, been in existence since 2002. We have not fared very well against the Dogs of Thompson. 11-0 is Thompson's record against them. Last year we defeated Cross Creek by a score of 64-6. Really, it was over at halftime. 43-6 was the score at halftime. We dominated on the scoreboard. We dominated on the stats as well. 333 total yards for Thompson compared to their 90, but that was last year. Cross Creek, as we mentioned, is a relatively new school. Hadn't been in existence since until 1999, so they have 23 seasons under their belt. Thompson, of course, started football in 1912. 103 seasons of football for Thompson. 66% win percentage for Thompson compared to 26 for that of Cross Creek.
Back some knee, back some 3, 1, 2, 3, back. Hey, boy, you been going crazy, man. Tell these folks out there your name if they don't know it. Quishan. Here's a Quishan. Yes, sir, boy. That boy going crazy, man. That's crazy.
Hit ball. Booyah! 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 I've been bad. Hey,
right here, you guys, we done started out the season 5-0. Great start for your program. We down here got Cross Creek tonight, man. Let's talk a little bit about like how this game is going to help you prepare for your, for your region games coming up, man.
Well, this is a region game for us, and
we're trying
to make sure that we get the 3-0 in the region.
Yes, sir.
The biggest thing is making sure we get better each and every week.
Yes, sir.
We have a couple people who are going to hold out tonight, but it gives somebody else another chance to step up.
Yes, sir.
We're just trying to make sure that we put our best product on the field as possible.
Yes, sir.
We just got to come in and take care of business. Hopefully the rain and the weather stay clear for us.
I know, right? I hope so, too.
We need to do, but if not, then we just got to get ourselves ready to go.
Hey, man, there's a lot of people excited about this, man. We haven't seen a team like that bonded with the chemistry that you guys have in a long time. Talk a little bit about how that training, they saw the Welcome to the Tees in the summer, how you guys went so hard in the weight room, how you focus so much attention on, like, body development, specialized skill training. And that's what I noticed that you guys do a lot different from other programs. Let's talk about the benefits of your summer program, you know, when it comes to regular season play.
Well, it's been 4 years.
Yes, sir.
It's been coming. You know, it's one of those things that you got to just keep pushing the button. You got to keep chopping the wood. And we finally got our team to buy into it.
Yes, sir.
And you can tell it in the summer, being in the weight room with them and making a total dedication to it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just proud of these seniors for, you know, these 4 years. It's went by really fast.
It has for them.
They have really kind of led the way, because when you start thinking about it, we had a bunch of freshmen that started when they're now seniors. So
I can remember that when Tatum came in, there was freshmen.
Green was actually playing a little bit of receiver
Yes,
at that moment in time.
yes.
We didn't have any receivers in the program. Tay was playing receiver, so we had a bunch of guys that got a lot of playing time. And,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
My biggest thing is I'm not afraid of playing freshmen.
You're not at
You
all.
know, if they show that they deserve to be out there, they're going to be out there, and that's what we try to make sure we do for all of our kids.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I'm looking forward to the game tonight, man. This is Coach Youngblood. Hey, we'll be talking to you after the game, Coach.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Young Suave on the track.
Yes, sir.
Co-captains tonight, I see number 14, Joshua Sharp, who's a senior, and Joshua's a defensive end. Number 67, Shorty at the center position, along with number 76, Thomas Mosley. Mosley, the right guard, the senior, 5'8", 225. And number 85 out there is Askew. Askew, of course, a senior, and what a great job he has done this year kicking. And that's the co-captains tonight on the field. Thompson versus Cross Creek.
What's up for their homecoming? It's our homecoming. Yeah, we the show. We the show. We the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tee up, tee up, tee up. Yeah. Yeah!
I got your back.
Cross Creek has won the coin toss, and they are going to receive. Thompson will be on our right with the white jerseys, as Thompson is the visiting team in the black pants. Cross Creek, black jerseys with red numerals that are very difficult to read, I might add.
Very difficult. I can't see a single number. Not on that black.
Let's get it. Yes, sir.
Askew will be kicking off for Thompson here in Augusta, Georgia, as he approaches the football. And there's a kick. It's a very high kick, driving him back to the 4-yard line, returning it to the 5, the 10, to the 15 on the far side of the field. Turns it up, finds a seam, and hit it at the 28-yard line. Pretty good return out to the 28 before he's finally hit. I think that's Jalen Johnson, who is downfield making the hit. Yeah, that's who it was. Good tackle by number 13, Jalen. Jalen's a offensive player, but that time he played pretty good defense. So 1st and 10 for Cross Creek. Wide out, wide to the left. They're twins. They come down the line on the option. Very much like ARC's offense, hit once, then hit twice, and then taken down. 2nd down and still 10 to go for the first. Quarterback keeper up inside. He's hit first by number 43, one of those linebackers we're talking about, Hart. 6'2", 170-pound junior, along with a couple of his Bulldog teammates, bring him down after a pickup of about 3.
So I tell you what, the first person to actually get back there was Green. Green saw what was happening. Green had a hand on the running back, and he had a hand on the quarterback. So he was like, whichever one gets him, I'm going to make sure that I bring him down.
Trips over to the right side on this possession down, 3rd down and long, empty backfield with twins to the left side.
There's movement.
Good
yeah,
pressure.
Got some movement
and
there.
The Dogs are going to hit him, but now the official blows his whistle and said, no, there's a yellow flag over there. Looking to throw across the middle and incomplete. He was trying to throw something very quick, but actually it hit an offensive lineman.
It hit the lineman, exactly right.
Bounced away, so incomplete, and Thompson will send back number 5, Lane, in punt receiving formation. High snap, and the whistle's blown. Otherwise, that was going to be blocked, and it's going to be an illegal procedure mark, and it gets 5. And AJ, that was going to be blocked.
Yeah, that was going to be pretty bad right there. You know what? I'm scaling the sideline here. I'm seeing someone in street clothes that seems to have on the number 10 jersey. So I am wondering if Tay is dressing out tonight.
High snap again. He's going to have trouble getting away. He's not going to be able to, and Thompson's going to sack him at the 15-yard line. We evidently saw something on the film because that's 2 bad snaps in a row. We talk about the long snapper. We've got a great one in Harrison. You hardly ever hear Harrison's name mentioned. Why? Because he always makes good snaps.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's the life of a long snapper. So Thompson takes over in great field position. Thompson going to throw the ball right off the bat, and the receiver is being held. Somebody grabbed a jersey. It was Jalen Johnson. Thompson fans are all seeing it and saying, hey, you had him by the jersey.
And I mean, you had him for a while, too. He just kind of grabbed him and ran with him.
2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Story, the very talented sophomore quarterback, whose talent is throwing the football, trying to run up the middle. Number 20, Curry. Look at that leg drive that he has. Curry, number 20. picks up about 4 or 5, depending on his forward progress. Curry is averaging 10.4 yards per carry. And you know what? As good as that is, it's not even first on the team. Dave Martin's averaging 11.
Wow.
Third down, and 7 to go from the first. About the 11-yard line of Cross Creek, trying to go wide to the right side. Great defensive play, but breaking a tackle is Curry as a flag is thrown. Curry gets down inside the 5, enough for the first down, but watch that flag. It's going to bring it all back.
It's going to bring that back, yeah.
Holding penalty way out on the edge. They hit Curry way behind the line, but couldn't bring him down.
Hey, run wide. It's going to be over.
All right, let's go. Hey, right.
Now we're ready to go again. Third down and long with 8:45 to go in the first quarter. Thompson having to use a timeout. A bad snap, rolling to his left. Has a man open, complete at the 15, to the 10, down to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown for the Dogs. Nice run on the part of number 40. Is it 40 that was in there doing that? I'm misreading his number.
41?
41, I think it is. That's Babs.
Go ahead, Babs.
You know the vibe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's your hound, kid?
Go, baby.
What's your hound? Saw you catch the play. Touchdown.
First game back.
First game back. Congratulations, King. Tell him your name, son.
What's that bad? Number 41. You see it, right?
And the kick is up, and it is good as well. With 8:36 to go in the first quarter, Thompson takes an early lead. It is Thompson 7 and Cross Creek 0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action. Now the kickoff by Askew after he kicked the extra point. Standing at the 10, anticipating the kick, driving him back to the 4-yard line again, back to the 5, back to the 10. Trying to find something on the far side of the field, and we take him down this time closer to where we should, around the 18-yard line. And we didn't feel that lane the first time, and he got out of there, and it took a good tackle by Jaylee Johnson. But that time it was better coverage, and they take over first and 10, does Cross Creek, at their own 20-yard line, finding themselves down 7-0 here. 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Safety man Des Boyd showing a cover 1. At least that's what he's showing right now. Nolan Norman is a cornerback along with Lane, sending a man in motion, trying to hit a screen over there on the side, and just incomplete or drop it all time. Picks it up, going to the end zone just in case. And the official says no, incomplete, and that will stop the clock and make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's the right thing to do. If you don't hear a whistle, and that ball was thrown out in the flats like that, there might be any question that it may be a forward pass or not. Go ahead and pick that thing up and run with it.
Cross Creek with a black jersey sends out a couple of men to the right side. Man in motion back to the left. Bad snap. Quarterback's going to be hit immediately and taken down immediately, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Boy, that center position is so important, particularly when everybody runs out of the shotgun. Everybody calls it the spread. I was talking to one of the Mercer coaches, and he just said, that kind of bothers me when everybody calls the offense a spread. He says, it's not the spread. You still have an offense. It's just you just spread out on the field, but that's not an offense. So it's out of the shotgun, or the pistol is what everyone's running, and right now they're showing a pistol formation with the running back behind the QB, and they are spread out, but out of the shotgun formation, if you will. And the spread's a formation. They try to do another screen, same play. Good block up there, but here comes a man from the inside and makes a tackle. Number 43.
Yeah,
that's Hart.
Yeah, Hart, just that inside-out pursuit is just amazing. Came from the middle of the field, went all the way out to where the screen play was, and made the tackle.
Back in punt formation once again. They've had trouble with the long snap. It's a high snap, pressure coming on. He gets it away in a very bad
flag here again.
And it went out of bounds, but the flag is going to make it a do-over, but only a 15-yard punt, if that. Better snap. Pressure up the middle. It's partially blocked. It's at the 2. We pick it up. Going into the end zone is number 9, Phelps. So a blocked punt.
No doubt about it. We wanted that one.
Good job, Chad.
Sorry,
What you having, bro?
You already know.
What you having? What you having?
Attempt the point after with a perfect snap from Thompson.
Okay, you already know about it.
Number 35. And it drives it right through with 6:39 to go in this, the first quarter still. Thompson expanding their lead. Thompson 14 and Cross Creek 0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action.
We're going to be 20 up in the first half.
You gonna be what?
20 up in the first half.
Believe that.
See that?
Believe that.
20 up in the
Believe
first
that.
half. Watch this. It's on 24.
Time to eat, Kurt.
And a kick down to the 10-yard line, back to the 15, going across the field. Hurst in pursuit, and Hurst is going to take him down to 15. I have two rosters. I have one roster that spells Felt's name as F-E-L-T-S.
Yeah.
And I have another roster that spells it with the P.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
So
I'm willing to bet that it's the F, F-E-L-T-S.
Quarterback keeper going to the left side. Our containment man didn't contain, and he gets it out to the 30-yard line and a first down.
You know what, though? He did, but he got stuck in the mud. That's the term we always used to use, where you weren't moving your feet good.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Their first down of the night. And they're going to run it to the same side. Not as good a result this time. We slung him out of bounds around the 31, 32. Pick up only very short yardage, yard or two. Thompson leading here 14-zip.
Yeah, and that's what you do. When they come back to your side again, tell them, don't think you can just do that again now. That first one was a fluke.
Second down, let's make it 8 to go for the first down after that couple of yard pickup. Sends out wideouts, twins, both sides. Looking to his left, trying to hit a man left a little bit too tall, and maybe intercepted. I think they have him by number 4, Hunt.
Yeah.
Hunt, just a little sophomore over there, doing a good job.
Storm Hunt.
So Hunt with a big interception.
Hey, yeah, folks. Give me love, folks. Give me love, folks.
Hey, Storm, what just happened, kid? Pit, break it down. Let me see that. Let me see what you get for a pit around here in the dog pound. Big old T. Big old T.
His name is Quaterian, but he says, no. Everyone calls me Storm. He sent us directions.
And I've always known him. When I saw this other name, I didn't recognize that name.
Well, sure.
I've always known him as Storm. Matter of fact, his mother was saying, hey, it's okay. Use his name Storm. I was like, okay, you got it, because that's all I've ever known him.
We just a little practice game. A little practice to get over with from that week. We'll be ready that week.
This is the leader right here. He'll be back real soon. Just a little night out time. Just a little vacation.
Nah, I just taking a little break.
That's it. This the kid right here. This the king. This the leader.
Try to hit a man out here in the flats. Slips his, and then regains his footing and gets back to close to the 48-yard line, about 6-7 yards. Number 20, the ball carrier, or the receiver, if you will.
Story has gone out of the game.
That's true. We got a different quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's number 5 out of the
Well, how about
shotgun
that?
as he makes a first down to the 45, and that's Lane. Jordan Lane. I don't know if he's a quarterback or if he was just running.
Well, here comes another late flag.
So out of the gun, quarterback keeper, right up the middle, gets to the 45, 46, 47-yard line. Pick of about 7.
And now from here, you don't say anything. Just go back and set back up and get ready for another play.
Now Story's going back in there along with number 80, Jack Gordon, at the tight end position. Trying to run the ball wide to the left side. Makes a nice cut, does Curry. Picks up the first down, crossing the 50 down to their 47. First and 10 dogs and no flags. First and 10 with Noah Story back in the QB position. And they're in a power formation trying to run up inside as Curry picks up 1. So it'll be second down and 9 at the 47-yard line of Cross Creek. Rolling to his right, looking to throw the football. Does. Has a man open. Complete. Down to the 35 before he's knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Trying to run the ball wide to the left side is Green. Green turning the corner. Green accelerating down to the 10, knocked out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Normally you see Green running east and west, but he had nothing but green pastures ahead of him and got it all the way down to the 7.
I tell you what, once he gets that full package moving, my goodness, I'll be very afraid to get in front of that.
First and goal from the 7-yard line after a long run by Green. Wide out to the right side, way out there is Jaywick Johnson. In the slot is Ashton Perry on the right. Number 28, back in the backfield. I think that's Quan Rogers he had back there. There's a timeout on the field. Thompson leading here 14-0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action. And a timeout on the field. And I'm not sure who called those timeouts. Coach Youngblood is not very happy. Had been very happy throughout the game, it looks like.
I'm still not sure. I'm assuming Cross Creek did because I saw the officials on that side of the field conversing. But now the referee, he's not really giving us too many signs tonight.
It's a secret. You're on a need-to-know basis. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Cross Creek, Thompson with the football. And you've got the tough runner, Quan Rogers, behind him. They're going to give it to Rogers. Rogers lowering that shoulder. I talked to Quan before the game, and I was kidding him about on defense and not playing offense. I said, well, they let you play a little H-back. He said, I still get to hit them. Well, that's Trey. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Number 26, they're saying. That's Jeffrey. I thought that was 28, Rogers. The freshman in there. Trey again. Going to the right side, spinning into the end zone, showing that ability. Just a little freshman. So Trey Jeffries.
Right into the end zone there.
For a couple of yards with 2:33. Jeffries with a touch.
What'd you help, man?
God bless you.
God bless you. Good job, man.
Good hold. The kick is up, and he's just almost nonchalant about it. Yeah. He knows. 21-0 to score. We know. It's going to be good. He is for the year, and why not? There's been one time that he has missed the extra point, and that was it was a miscommunication on that one. Score here, 21-0. Thompson with an early lead, 2:33 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Thompson. You're listening to Thompson High School football action. Askew approaching the ball. High kick, not quite as deep as it has been to the 7-yard line this time. They still have the same return, and it's going to be the same result. Who's hitting number 24? I don't know Hurst. I just don't know him because he's transferred in. But he punishes people,
yeah.
Jay.
He has very mean intentions. He does. He does.
Timeout on the field once again. 2:27 to go. We're just in the first quarter. Both teams using up a ton of timeouts. Thompson leading here is 21-0. You're listening. Thompson High School football action.
Outside backer just widen a little bit in trips. You was to the trips in, you sit like you're supposed to. Make sure you get to the curl, show, and get your butt out of there, and let's play. You should be over there on the edge and get back to the middle. Let's make them think something is open that is not. And you three got them gonna get off the ball. If they block down, squeeze it. If they pass set, goddamn on, let's get it, because you got 3 linebackers behind you gonna close you up, okay? Hey, let's feed.
We gotta pick it up, baby. Pick it up.
Let's go. Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Low snap, trying to hit a man, and it's going to be intercepted, I think, by the Dogs. And Dogs do have the football, a whistle blown.
All right.
But an interception out there, number, is it 20? Or 30? 30, I believe it is. Is that Curry, Travian Curry?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's coming off limping, but he's got the interception.
Yeah.
So Thompson has a golden opportunity again, trying to run the football, and it's going to be to number 20, making a good move down to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Number 20, once again, Curry. One play, and that's all. From the 25-yard line. Curry in a hurry, and I have a feeling that he's not going to be carrying the ball too much more.
Not too much longer.
Curry, what's your help, man? Curry, what's your help, man?
I told you what was gonna happen.
You told me before the play. Crazy, man.
Hey, you need to.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's high. It's long. It's right to the middle. It is good. Extra point good as always. Thompson leading here 28-0. 11:42 to go. Second quarter action. You're listening. Thompson High School football action. Teeing it up from the 40. Having problems getting the tee up. Green was trying to do it for Askew, and Askew comes and says, wait a minute, I have a special way I want it teed up. And does. Back there a little bit deeper is Cross Creek now, staying at the 5 instead of around the 12. Askew approaching. Askew lets loose. High kickoff coming down around the 8. Back to the 10, to the far side of the field once again. Going right to left. Now it cuts it up, finds the seam to the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Out a little past the 30, around the 32, 33-yard line. Cross Creek with the football, 1st and 10, but they find themselves down 28-0. Quarterback keeper trying to go to the right, trying to turn the corner, and does. Picks up good yardage, gets out to around the 40-yard line, a pick of about 7 or 8. Second down for Cross Creek. Second down and 3. They're trying to run the ball right up the middle and hit hard by a couple of dogs. On the bottom of that foul, number 41 is, or 43, I think that's Hart. Or it might have been Babs. Babs, yeah, I think Babs was 41. Got to do something at first. Yeah.
Hey, 31! 31!
Good snap. Trying to run up inside. Picks up the first down into midfield, crossing midfield to Thompson territory. Their deepest penetration of the night down to the Thompson 47.
Yeah, seeing more daylight also. You're seeing a mano-a-mano blocking.
Come on, dude.
Bounce it!
Thompson got 3 down men and 1 man coming up there showing blitz, and everybody's moving in close, including their left right tackle.
Yeah.
They changed cadence, and it caught Thompson off guard. It also caught their right tackle off guard.
Yeah, and I believe their tackle moved before we got across that neutral zone.
It almost would have to be.
Yeah, I think that initially, well,
Come on.
well, one on the far side, he said that it was against Cross Creek. And the one on this side, I guess, said, well, I've got Thompson getting to the neutral zone before the offensive lineman moves.
Yeah, but that's almost impossible. They all win at the same time.
They all win it, yeah.
So you've got to actually move into the neutral zone before he moves.
And that's impossible.
So 5-yard penalty they're calling against Thompson. Looking right, trying to hit a man long on man-for-man coverage over there, pushing and shoving, but no flags are being thrown. Number 4 on the coverage was Hunt, the sophomore. He said that my man pushed me, and he did. But the official let it go. He said the offensive receiver was underthrown. Don't blame the offensive receiver. You got to catch the ball. 1st and 10 for Cross Creek. They're down by 28-0 score. Trying to run up inside and picks up 3 or 4 yards, crossing the 45 down to the 44, maybe the 43 of Thompson.
Now, this should be a 3rd down, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, this should be a 3rd down. They have 2nd down over here on the box, but this is 3rd down.
Running to the right side, down to the 40, into the 35, and a 1st down regardless.
So it doesn't matter now. Yeah.
Down to the 32-yard line, and all of a sudden, this Cross Creek offensive line doing a pretty good job blocking inside.
Yeah, if they found something. Usually that means that some of their interior linemen, if they're doubling down on our interior linemen, they're finding a way. Well, here we come with a flag, and maybe that's probably why. Is that a hold?
No, I think it was a procedure penalty.
Okay. But it usually means that some of their linemen are able to get to our linebackers. And if they're able to do that, they're really doing a good job.
I don't see Hurst in there right now. We're in a four-man front. We'll check that and see. Trying to run to the right side, cuts back inside, hit and taken down after, I think that's Quan Rogers who made the first hit, number 28.
Great job of scaling down the line. I mean, this is that assignment football. It has really clicked this season. I've seen it work for us so much more this season than any other season since Coach has been here. They bought into it finally, and it's showing. It is really, really showing. They're doing a great job defensively, buying into the scheme. And that time, sliding down the line like you're supposed to, and hitting that running back as he tries to cut back across.
3rd down and 10 to go for the first. I think Babs is the middle linebacker throwing out a little screen out to the right side, and he picked up good yardage shy of the first down before he's finally taken down by Hart, the linebacker, who had to come a long way to make that tackle. It's going to be 4th down, about 2 or 3 to go for the first in Thompson territory at the 39. Thompson jumps off sides, and that's Green, who is anxious to get in the backfield.
Yeah, that's going to get us, and that's going to get them the first down without them having to run a play. They're just anxious to get back there. He knows it.
Green comes out, number 52. Malik Ramsey comes in replacing him. You know, if you're a coach, you hate that, but on the other side of the coin, he's so anxious. You know, that's one penalty that I can live with if I'm a coach.
Yeah. And certainly the good outweighs the bad.
Low snap once again for Cross Creek, trying to run for the cutting to the outside, going down to the 30, knocked out of bounds. I think he had enough for the first down on the far side of the field, near the 20.
Well, don't go inside. Get over the top like you had because he's running. You got to get over the top of it because he's coming. Hey, I need D-line right here. I want Green, I want Quick, and I want Sharp. Green, hey, y'all stay right here. Get y'all butt over here. There's nothing up there. Stay flat! I don't understand why y'all running upfield. Stay flat down the line. You're going to make it all the time. Run y'all ass up. Because again, I promise you, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to roll the shit out y'all.
Number 90 checking in is Cummings for the Dogs. And that's usually on a defensive line. 1st and 10, Cross Creek.
I got them rocking back again. Yeah, they are having trouble with that. That you can tell that that's going to be a pass because the right side of that line was rocking back that time. So they are catching them when they are moving before the ball is snapped. That time was the entire right side of Cross Creek's line.
1st and 15 after that 5-yard procedure penalty. Back to the 25-yard line, looking right, throwing right, complete, and then hit by 2 white shirts and taken down. So a pickup of a couple. It's going to be way short of the first down. I think he picked up about 5, and he needed 15. Trying to hit a man deep in the end zone. There's no one home.
No one there.
No one for Cross Creek.
Yeah.
The official was over there. He was the closest. Incomplete pass. This busted coverage, or not coverage, busted route. The quarterback, whatever his number is I don't know. I can't tell.
Look, like you said, they're dark red numbers on a black backdrop. And I just simply can't even make out any of the numbers on the jersey.
3rd down and about 9 to go for the first down in Thompson territory. So you would think 2-down territory. They're going to run the ball with the quarterback keeper. Cuts inside, and a couple of white shirts hit him as he broke back to the outside. Pickup of a couple. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 to go, maybe even 6 to go for the first. Ball resting at the Thompson 17-yard line. Now they're going to say it's a 16. They've got to get it down to about the 12. So they got to have 4 for the first down. Obviously, they're going for it down 28-0.
Yeah, and especially this being the closest that they've ever been to the goal line.
Clock ticking at 4:35. Wideouts left, wideouts right. Twins on both sides. Showing pass, looking to pass, quarterback keeping, and he's going to be sacked as somebody just came in there, exploded in there, and sacking him in the backfield before he had a chance to even turn around.
Never had a chance.
I believe.
28, yeah.
Juan Rogers. Once again. Juan was trying to show me before the game that his biceps were bigger than mine. I said, no.
There's no way.
Juan is not a little kid. He's about 205, 210.
Solid, yes.
Yeah, he's solid as a rock. I'm telling you. So Thompson offense takes over, 1st and 10. Coming down the line on the opposite. Pitches the last moment, makes a little move at the 30, at the 35, makes another move as Curry. They grab him by the shirt, take him down and around the 39-yard line. 1st down for Thompson. Going to try to run the ball up inside. Number 20, there he goes at the 50, at the 40, at the 35, and they're going to take him down near the 30. 1st and 10. Thompson once again as Curry gets up, politely hands the ball to the official, and just calmly walks back to the huddle. In the pistol, hands off to Curry. Curry breaks a tackle, tries to get wide to the right side at the 20-yard line, inside the 20 at the 19. Guys, check that. That's Jeffries.
That's Jeffries, yeah.
The little freshman giving him a few runs at it. Trey Jeffries. What a stable of running backs. You got Curry. You got Trey. And let me tell you, Tay Martin, the quarterback, leads the team in rushing. He's not even in there. 4th down and 1 to go for the 1st. Keeping it is number 5. He can do it to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. And Lane, who's been playing defense as well tonight, picks up the 1st down, or touchdown rather, with 3:02 to go in the half. $34-0.
Got him.
Now Askew comes in. He hadn't kicked it yet, but the kick is going to be up and good, I can tell you. Now watch him make me eat my words. It's a good snap. The hold. The kick is up. Deja vu all over again. It's perfect. Askew kicking off once again. Maybe he's leg tiring a little bit. He only gets it down to the 10 this time. The 15, the 20. Finds the seam on the left side. And they had a hole right there. A big hole to the they're returning to the left. And there's something not being covered. He has a good return, close to midfield.
Yeah, well, I know why one of them wasn't able to get, because he was being held, and they had no choice but to throw the flag because the runner ran right by him. Curry, number 30, was just being held, and it was for about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 seconds he was being held. So had to call that one.
First and 10, Cross Creek from their 40. So they marked it from the end of the run rather than the point of infraction. As they will try a quarterback keeper up inside, we miss a tackle. And now we find we really just circle him and take him down after a pickup of 7. Green came at him and missed him. But that one reason was because he was coming so hard.
Yeah.
He didn't,
like he was shot out of a cannon.
Coaches tell you to break down, and that's what they mean. You kind of stop and break down, and Green didn't do that. He just took off after him and missed him because it was a nice move by the QB from Cross Creek.
Stay there.
First down at the 50-yard line. Quarterback keeper once again down to the Thompson 49.
Good job by that QB.
Once again, they get in Thompson territory with 2 minutes to go in the half. Thompson leading here 35-0. 1st and 10 for Cross Creek here in Augusta, Georgia. Rolling to his right, trying to find a running lane, and finally cuts up inside, hit hard, and he's taken down after a pick of a 5 or 6. And another timeout on the field here. Somebody's got to be out of timeouts. Timeout on the field with 48 seconds left to go in the half. Thompson leading here 35-0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action.
Hey, look how much time on the clock, okay? Only thing we got to do is keep them out, all right? So just look. Right there is going to be a real call so that you blitzing through the B gap. You got to hit it with some bad intentions, okay? Stay outside guys. They block down, squeeze it. Curry, who over there to the boundary? Over there. You. All right, so if you're over there, if you see pass, get underneath big boy. Go ahead and back up a little bit, Storm. He going to get underneath the stop routes. You play the deep ball, okay? Because they're going to try to hit us with a double move. All right? If the quarterback keep the ball, you go where the quarterback go, okay, big dog? You got quarterback. You going to get the quarterback, okay?
Stay outside,
Cats, Wolf, Miami. Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
2nd down and 5 for Cross Creek. Fumbled in the backfield. Thompson picks it up, and the big lineman's going to ramble on at the 20 to the 10 to the 5. Number 14, Joshua Sharp, takes it to the house. Number 14 showing how to be there. The fastest 14 I've ever seen. I've never seen 14. You might be right. No, he had those long strides. But I'm kidding AJ up here. If y'all remember, he was number 14 many a year ago. Now, maybe he might be able to outrun you now. I don't know. But he couldn't outrun you then. You weren't big, but you had the speed.
Yes, sir. On top.
You can go right.
Avoiding that extra point. High snap. And we're going to roll to the right, looking to throw the football. It just throws an interception.
Yeah, but you can't advance it. Yeah, so it's not going to be off or not in high school, right?
So extra point attempt, not successful this time. Not because of the missed kick by Askew, unless there's a flag.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that wouldn't even be considered an attempt, would it?
It's still an extra point attempt, like you're going for 2.
Okay.
And I feel so wrong. Like, why am I doing like that? Why am I going side?
Other side.
I take my L with that.
Let's go. Ball down.
I take my L with that.
Right there.
There go one.
One-on-one coaching.
You just don't get your I don't understand it. But hey, you got to make your adjustment and then make your adjustment. Make your adjustment, and then when you get your opportunity, make it.
39 seconds to go in this half. 41-0 is your score. Might be a running clock in the second half. Now, see, when they look right at us and they're relatively close, we can see the numbers. There is kind of
there's 25 right there.
It's a scarlet outline,
Mm-hmm.
but distance-wise, we just can't read the numbers. But when you're like this right in front of us, facing us, and I'm sure it looks really attractive when you look at the jersey.
Yeah.
But that one's brighter than some too. When it gets a little dirty, you can't see squat. Askew with a kick once again. They're going to take it once again, and he goes to a down the 15-yard line fielding it. He got up to try to run, and the official said he's down. So with only 38 seconds to go in the half, they have the football at their own 15, make it 16-yard line. A long way to go to get back in this one down 41-0.
That was a definite oops.
So Thompson defensive backs will be looking for glory here. Everybody likes to have an interception. Oh, yeah. Thompson's had a couple. We'll get the halftime stats from Wild Bill Beckham here at halftime, and, of course, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the region.
It might be interesting.
We're also going to talk. We want to leave some time to talk about reclassification. Big news coming out of the Georgia High School Association. We'll tell you all about it. Just going down to one knee. They're not going to do anything. Just try to run out this clock. Don't know that I blame them.
Yeah, not at all. I think, they're running off the field.
And that's going to be the end of the half, is that both teams are leaving the field even before the clock runs off. It's showing 14 seconds, but there's no one from Cross Creek left on the field.
Yeah.
So the official hadn't called it yet.
Staying on there just in case.
And that's the end of the first half. Thompson leading here 41-0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action.
Oh, shit.
John Rock.
At the 25, makes another turn at the 20, picks up yard to the 19. I think that's number 20. I believe that's Curry.
Yeah, Curry on the carry that time.
I see Noah Story back in there at the QB position. So I guess we're just giving Lane a few reps at quarterback just in case.
You see, even that time on wide out, he was trying to block someone from behind. Luckily, he didn't get to him. You don't want to see him do that.
Twins to the left side. Story at QB. Now he's going to call an audible. And officials, I think we're saying that the
defense jumped off sides there.
Yeah, they fixed it up. Story started pointing immediately. Said he jumped, and finally they came in. I still didn't see the flag. I guess he threw it on the side.
It was the side judge over here. He did throw it.
Quick count. Up inside is Curry. Curry to the 10, trying to get wide to the 5. And the flag is thrown in the end zone, and that was an unnecessary flag. Curry had that all the way as we have a kid that's down. We have a kid that's injured. I think it's a lineman that would be on the right side. So penalty is going to take away that nice touchdown run, and it was just so unnecessary. He had that touchdown. But the penalty is going to bring it back to the 15. Guess it'll be a holding is what they're going to call. AJ saw it immediately. It's not a bad call. First and 10 after this big penalty again. Holding penalties costing us here. Looking to throw the football across the middle, open and complete. Right inside the 5 to about the 4.
Great diving catch that time.
And I think that's enough for the first down. It is. It was to Ashton Perry. Trips over on the right side, but in a power formation to the right. Let's see if we run that way. Yes, we do. Trying to turn that corner of the right side, building up speed into the end zone. Touchdown. Number 20, carrying the football is Curry once again. So from 4 yards out, it was Curry with a touch, making the score 47-0. Remember, you've got I said you had a running clock, but I'm looking at it right now, and it stopped at 9:13.
Yeah, trying to figure out why, or are they going to wait to the fourth? I would think that it would be something that would happen the entire half, but
you can call it, as I understand the rule, at any time. I think the coach and the other team can call it even in the middle of the quarter if you want to. So the kick by Askew is up and long and high and good. (48-0). Askew once again approaching the ball. Once again, a very high kickoff coming down out of bounds at the 9. And it's a re-kick, they're saying, this time from the 35. Kicking off from the 35 once again. Driving way back to the 6-yard line. There's a heck of a kickoff. Back to the 10, the 15 on the far side of the field, trying to get wide, and just simply runs out of bounds on the far side of the field near the 20-yard line thereabouts. Did a lot of running, but most of it was east and west. First and 10 Cross Creek, running to the left side, trying to turn the corner. Cuts inside of would-be tackler Quan Rogers and picks up yardage out to the 25, 26-yard line. Second down and 4 or 5 to go for the first. Trying to run the ball to the left side. Cuts inside, now outside at the 30-yard line. Trying to get wide, turning that corner left at the 34. Nice. Wow. He picked up the first down, but a good tackle by Thompson's corner coming up there.
Yeah, and that flag obvious. He blocked him from the back. Just, I'm not sure what he was thinking.
That was Norman making that tackle, and Norman is one of the leading tacklers on the team. Here's another kid that you don't hear a lot about, and he does a great job. He's just a junior. But Norman leads the secondary, I think.
Nolan? Yeah.
Yeah, Nolan Norman.
Yeah. Like, it's sneaky good is what you call it. You know, you don't hear him that often, but he's always there. He's always doing it.
Yeah, he's just a junior. But his cover skills are excellent. Very reliable. Second down and 5, trying to run right up the gut. Ooh, my God.
Oh.
Hit a wall. Number 1.
That's a ball.
Green.
Yeah.
I think he got enough for the first at the 30, but he paid for it. Don't worry about it. But you want to have that in your stadium. Trying to run the ball to the right side, gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No more than that. Collins, I think it was Tavian. Second down and about 10 still to go for the first down. 48-0. It's all Thompson halfway through the third quarter with a running clock. Both teams want to get out of this with no injuries. Thompson still has their first string in there, running up inside. Out to the 35. Third down and 5. Quarterback with the keeper. Picks up the first down. Nice run.
Yeah. Nifty runner he is, I'm telling you. I'm impressed by some of the moves that he's making, and he's running with a little power as well. So
first and 10 from the 43-yard line. Their own 43. Thompson still in a 3-man front. Now they've got a linebacker blitzing, trying to find a man out here in the flats. Complete, wide open, crossing the 50 near the first down marker. Coach Welch's philosophy, AJ, is I got to know Luther pretty well. He just says, once you start losing, it's hard to break that because what happens is kids don't want to come out. Because kids being kids, well, it's true, adults too, don't want to be part of a losing program.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Once you start winning, winning breeds winning. He says, but once you start on that losing track, it's just like trying a rock coming down the hill. He said it's really hard to stop it. If you have a great athlete, a Jerry Mays, a Ed Lee Ivory, something like that, you can stop it that way. But otherwise, how do you get the kids out? And it just takes recruiting from the coaches. First and 10, turns the corner, Picks up 5, 6 yards. Number 30 coming over there and just slamming into the turf is Curry, Travian Curry, that is.
Yeah, ball actually popped out, but it went out of bounds, so.
Second down in short yardage, hitting the backfield by one man, and then another one. Number 90 hitting first, and that's that freshman Cummings. Big, tall kid, and he's going to put on some weight. He's going to be a monster for his days are over. Quarterback keeping it. He's not number 5, and he got slammed down hard. Heathcliff don't want the ball.
Welcome to the game,
Joke says. That was number 14. They've got 2 14s on the roster. I think that's a freshman, Christian Robinson. Now here comes everyone out, and they're starting the clock up before Thompson can get set, and that's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of action with a running clock, it's Thompson 48, Cross Creek 0. You're listening to Thompson High School football action.
Yeah.
Give me 10 yards, I'm gonna take 2 crib. You might well stand there, Tyree. I'm throwing deuces up on you, Mr. Rupp. I'm throwing deuces up on you. Don't throw no flag on me, though. Yeah, you throwing deuces at me, but I'm gonna throw exhaust at you.
Get it, Rupp.
Okay.
Welcome to the team. Hey. This is the missing piece. We're gonna always have the view that ain't nobody got. See Charlotte J right there working. Different angle. He working.
But you scared too, bro? Got it? Y'all looking at me like I'm stupid. You got your scope. All right. Got it? All right. Punt, save, run off.
Don't line up over the center.
Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3. No. Don't line up over.
Starting in the fourth quarter, Cross Creek in punt formation on this 4th and long, down 48-0. Thompson not even sending anyone deep. Don't blame them. Just let it roll.
Cross Creek probably timeout.
In punt formation once again, and once again, Thompson doesn't send anyone deep. Gets off the punt. It's going to come down at around the 20-yard line, and it's going to sit right there now. It takes a little roll to around the 15. So Thompson's offense takes over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 from our own 15-yard line with a comfortable lead, and I think some of the jumps over there for Cross Creek.
Cross Creek is very anxious to get at him.
Now going to the right side, picking up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, maybe even 10 yards, close to the 25. Yeah, we still got Curry in there.
Is that Curry running the ball? No, that's
Trey Trey.
It's Trey Trey.
I thought it was 20. It's 26. 1st and 10, Dogs with the clock running at 9.5 to the 30, out to the 32, 33-yard line. I believe that's Trey Jeffries. Yeah, 26. Yeah, that's him. Hands off to Trey at the 35 to the 40. Makes a move to the 45 out to around the 50-yard line. Another first down for Thompson. And that's who the ball's going to. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Makes a spin move. See that kid? Picks up 5 yards. Shouldn't have picked up anything. So number 36, Amari Durham. Handing off to Trey at the 45. Trey at the 40. Lowers his shoulder and gets down to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 after that 15-yard run. To the left side is Trey again, lowering his shoulder again and down to the 25. A pickup of 10 and another apparent first down for the Bulldogs of Thompson, leading here 48-0.
Pulling to the left.
To the outside, number 36, as a flag is thrown, and that's that other freshman, Durham. Running to the left side, now it cuts back to the right a little bit and then back to the left. Pick up about 6 or 7 yards. Needed 15, so he's down to Cross Creek's 25-yard line. 2nd down and about 9. Noah Story at the QB. Looks like somebody broke into the neutral zone. Trying to run the ball to the left side. Cuts inside down to the 15, to the 10, into the end zone, number 26. That's Jeffries. Trey Jeffries with 3:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Giles kicks it up, line drive, and it's true. It is good. So Giles with the extra point.
I like that one step. That's all it is. Very efficient.
Thompson up even more. It's Thompson 55, Cross Creek 0. Watch this, folks. Oh, they double teamed him. High snap, and
well, and that's what happened. They concentrated on us so much. They had a bad snap.
that's true. The center had a bad snap, and it took the center and the right guard to block that kid. And that's going to be it, folks. They're just letting that clock run. Both teams are going off the field because now it's official. No time is officially left. Thompson wins this one comfortably. Cross Creek still looking for their very first win against Thompson, as Thompson's record against Cross Creek will now extend to 12-0. Last year's score 64-6. This year's score 55-0.
What's up, boy?
You better not be late to class either.
Boy, doing damage out here. Boy, I had an interception tonight, boy. Boy, had an interception tonight.
At G2. At G2 right there.
That boy ain't playing this season.
No way.
Hey, how Green stand?
I said, oh yeah, that was off in the action, bro. I was finna talk to you. I said Green was drinking water.